welcome in. Hope everyone is doing well. Positive healing vibes to all the subscribers, viewers, and the world out there. This is going to be collective, inside of their mind, what your person's true intentions are, trying to resolve the conflict energy. So in this message, we're going to tap into your person's mind. We'll look at your energy, your person's energy, what's challenging this connection. Then we'll dive deeper into your person's energy. And we're going to look at what their perception of you is, what their perception of the challenge is, anything that's hidden that you need to be made aware of, their next move, and the outcome if you stay in this energy. I'll clarify throughout the message. I'll pull a few cards for some advice. If it's something you're interested in, you're more than welcome in joining us. Please keep in mind, guys, the messages here on YouTube are general. Means they're not going to resonate every time with every person. It's really about the title. There's something in the title resonating. There's most likely going to be something in the message for you. For information on rituals, for ritual kits, for personal readings, it's all linked below in the description box. And if you find the messages helpful or if it's resonating, give it a thumbs up or comment below how it was helpful, how it was resonating. You never know how your story could help another person. So let's dive in here for the collective and see what is challenging this relationship. Could be a relationship, could be a friendship, could be a family member. We'll see what comes out. Normally we can tap into which type of relationship it is. Okay. 8 of Coins with the Chariot. Strength. Okay. See how this plays out into the reading, but this is like putting in time, work, effort, energy into something that's finally taking off, that's finally moving forward, and maybe someone's having a hard time accepting this. Feel like this person has betrayed trust. There's something that's transpired between the two of you where you're not really trusting the situation here, okay? And even though I do usually read this is you, this is them, it very well could be that 9 of Wands is what's telling me that someone's wall is up, someone's guarded, somebody is having a hard time processing this ending. Okay, but we're going to read this just as we go along. So the energy surrounding you, Page of Swords, the Magician, the World energy, the collective. So this is like lesson learned, cycle complete. I do feel like there's an energy of watching your back or looking around, waiting for this person to come forward or react. Let's clarify the Page of Swords, the Magician with the World. I feel like you can sense that this person is going to try to come back around and apologize. I don't really feel like you're open to hearing this person's apology. I will say that there is an underlying part of the challenge here is the Lovers, okay? So there is an intense connection here between you and this person. I do feel like you are the person who is initiating this separation. Let's clarify the Page of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the Queen of Swords. Now this is an energy of an apology. And the 9 of Wands is like, even though their wall is up, even though they're guarded, there is still like interested in one more try, or trying to figure out how to make this work, or trying to get your attention in one way or another. And it may even be in a negative way because we have the Queen of Swords here. What I do see the challenge, the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is like equal give and take. It's also a person who maybe spreads themselves too thin by having too many options. You can see in this card, this person is begging for this person's pentacles. In a lot of the decks, this is two people begging for this person's time, attention, and energy. I honestly feel here that's why you walked away. Let's clarify before we tap into this person's energy. We'll see what they're planning to do, because I do feel like this is something that stresses you out. This is something that you're worried about. Okay, you're worried about this person trying to come back in, try to apologize, but maybe also try to sabotage. There's like maybe a back and forth energy where you're not sure what they're gonna do. So it's understandable that you would want to protect yourself. Step deeper into this person's energy. We're first going to see what their perception of you is at this time in this energy. For the collective. What is this person's perception of the viewer, my friend here on the channel? Please and thank you, Spirit. Ooh. I feel like this person looks at you as like you're doing well. Things are going good for you. Things are going in your favor. I feel here that they view you as having your wall up, as having, like, put your foot down, if you will. Not allowing them to control you or the situation anymore. And standing your ground in that. Here's what I will say. Whenever we walk away from a particular situation in our life, and this is why I talk about getting closure here on the channel, or giving closure. Even if there's an ex and we don't want to talk to that person because they irritate us or whatever, and they come back to apologize or make amends, it's okay to have a conversation with that person about not forgiving so they can understand how they hurt you. But it's important to have those conversations instead of just block and ignore, because it gives that person closure. It's less likely that a person is going to come and try to sabotage if they have closure on why this ending happened, or why you're not forgiving, or why you walked away. And maybe you're not in a particular energy to give closure or to get closure. That's okay. But understand that when you're absolutely ready and healed from the situation, you will understand why closure is so important. Not only for this person, but mostly for you. So let's look at this person's perception of the challenge. Please and thank you, Spirit. What is the cross watcher's perception of the challenge? I don't know if there was a fire sign that one of you were dealing with, but this person perceives this fire sign is getting in the way. I also feel here this fire energy with this Ace of Cups could be you. You could be the fire sign. But this definitely is you putting yourself first. This Ace of Cups to me, guys, is the very first cup in all of the cups. And how I perceive this is a self-care card. We really can't pour into another person's cup if our cup isn't full. Otherwise, if we do, we're just depleting our energy. So I feel like this person's perception of the challenge is you putting yourself first. I feel like they're trying to accept They're trying to accept walking away. They're having a hard time accepting. So what's hidden here in this energy, please and thank you, Spirit? What's hidden that needs to be revealed? Please and thank you. Okay. The world. The lesson has been learned. The cycle has been complete. The Knight of Swords. There's no more fighting this, guys. I do feel like, here's what how I perceive this Knight of Swords. This person, when they feel that energetic exchange, they're going to try and come back in. One of two things can happen. That's how I perceive this. One of two things can happen. And the choice is really yours. The choice is up to you. And a lot of times, guys, this isn't something that nobody likes to hear. Nobody wants to hear from their ex. And I'm only speaking from personal experience. Here's what I will say. I've had exes come back that I didn't want to deal with. Like, we just grew apart. And it wasn't them as being a bad person. It wasn't me being a bad person. We both had our faults in the ending. But what really happened was we grew apart. We went on different paths. And there's no trust there. When that person or people had come back to me, I simply expressed to them how I felt in the heat of the disagreement, in the heat of the ending, how I felt betrayed, or why I'm not able to allow them back into my life again, and wish them either the life they deserved if they were like abusive or manipulative, or well, if they weren't a bad person. But I'm an empath, guys. I hate to say it. That's one reason why I kind of stick to myself. I don't really have a partner. It's because I do attract good people, but I also have a tendency to attract people that need a lot of healing, is what I'll say. So it's best for me to focus my energy on helping people to heal, to transmute energy, than it is to try to build a relationship. This is a lot more fulfilling for me. And everyone has their thing, but what I feel is coming out here is pouring your energy into yourself and your hobby and your self-discovery and your personal path is okay. It's perfect. And then a person will come along that matches that energy, and you'll vibe with that person, and it will work for long term, or you'll grow apart once the lessons are learned. And being accepting of this ebb and flow in life is really the key to like being positive and having stability in your own life, not allowing other people to affect and to bog you down with their sadness or demands. So if you don't feel like this is right, it's okay to not want to be in a relationship. It's okay to not want to hear from this person. But I'm telling you from personal experience, if you're able to close this chapter for them by telling them why and how this made you feel, it will help them to have an understanding and help them also to move forward themselves. Because right now they're not understanding why you're walking away. They're not understanding the distance, the confusion. They can't understand why you and them can't connect anymore. So let's look at this person's true intentions moving forward. Thank you guys again for all the love and the support. Four of Swords, King of Wands. Let's get two more cards out here. I feel like this person's intentions is to heal. I feel like where there is an inkling in them that wants this to work, but mostly to apologize for how they made you feel, for what transpired between the two of you. And maybe they're not fully aware of how they affected you in this scenario. Okay? I do feel like they hope for this to come together. Their hopes is to like reconnect. But I definitely feel an energy of like, no, thank you. I challenge you, if you can, to push yourself out of your comfort zone and at least express to this person how they made you feel in the betrayal, how you felt in the ending, maybe how you perceive what you could have done differently, and how you've moved forward will help them to move on. But especially if you don't want them to try to come in and sabotage, because I feel like that's what's coming out here. If there's no response, there's going to be a bad reaction for them being ignored. So it's the advice, guidance moving forward. Please and thank you, Spirit. This person is trying to release something. There's some sort of ending that they've experienced, some sort of loss where they're coming to terms with their own energy, how they're showing up in the world. There is a hope that this will work. I do feel like if you have a conversation, you'll quickly shut this down. They do have hope that this will work though with the star energy. That's coming from them. Okay? You have to do what's best for you. If you don't feel like you want to give this person closure, or like I've already had that conversation, don't do it. Don't push yourself to do something that you've already done, broken record type of energy. It's okay to also have put your wall up and block them. They're looking for closure, is what's coming out here. At the very least, it'll help for this not to get out of control. I do feel like this person will keep trying to come back until they get closure because of this soul tie energy here. But I will say it's okay if you have a twin flame, let's say, and you're like, the twin flame journey is not for me. That's okay. You can choose a different path. That's where free will comes in. You have the choice. You have the choice to say yes or no, right? You have a choice to accept that path or not accept that path. It's a lot of conflicted energy back and forth. But you have to feel intuitively what's right for you. And if you feel like right now I want to focus on like work, focus on my goals, focus on career or my business, then that's where your energy should be. Let's pull a few of these romance angels to sum up your reading. Thank you guys again for all the love and the support. For information on rituals, for ritual kits, for personal readings, it's all linked below in the description box. If you found the message was helpful, if it's resonating, you can give it a thumbs up or comment below how it was helpful, how it was resonating. You never know how your story can help another person. I definitely feel like there is a soul tie connection, but there's some toxicity that's going on here, which needs to be addressed. Maybe you feel like this person isn't ever going to be able to heal that part of them, and that's okay. They're trying. They are trying. They are becoming more self-aware. So if you held on hope that maybe one day, I don't feel like now is the time, but I do feel like giving them closure on why will help this transition. So I feel like that's a good solid message coming out for tonight. Thank you guys again for all the love and the support. I do hope the message was helpful for you, and I look forward to reading your cards again soon. Namaste.